Hey drumheads, little drummer boy here, and right now I am standing before the Confederate monument to Caldwell County, North Carolina Confederate veterans, and this is in Lenoir, North Carolina, at the old courthouse here in Lenoir. And you see it's a beautiful monument. It says CSA, and then it has the battle flag, and then as we come closer it says, "Nor shall your glory be forgot, while fame her record keeps, or honor points the hallowed spot where valor proudly sleeps, in honor of the men who wore the gray." That's a really cool way to put it. I like that a lot. Two of my great-great-grandfathers wore the gray, and 3 littles in Catawba County, where I'm from, were killed fighting in the Civil War in the gray. And most of them were drafted, conscripted. Most of them didn't own slaves. Owning slaves was for rich people. Because from what I understand, the cost of a slave was about $30,000 in today's money. But most of them were drafted, like 16 to 65 went the draft. And here it shows the regiments that were sent out from Caldwell County. And let me tell you something too about Caldwell County. I'm glad I just thought of this. The reason that the reason that the law says that so many young men of one family can't be drafted, or that the regiments aren't sent out by community anymore, because Caldwell County, North Carolina lost a whole company at Gettysburg. Every single one of them came back. Well, either they're buried at Gettysburg or they came back here in a box. Caldwell County lost a whole company at Gettysburg, and that is the reason they don't send companies out by local. They don't send local companies out. You know, back then, companies were made up of locals, but now they don't do that anymore because Caldwell County lost a whole company at Gettysburg. And here it says, erected by the Vance chapter of the United Daughters of the Confederacy of Caldwell County, May 1910, 110 years ago. So the Daughters of the Confederate veterans put the monument up, and you know it would have meant a lot to their fathers, who would have been in their 60s and 70s in 1910. My dad was old enough, and you see on this side it has 1861, and it has rifles. My father was old enough that he was born in 1931, and he remembers when he was a little boy seeing Confederate veterans march in the Old Soldiers Reunion Parade in Newton. They would have been like in their 80s and 90s then, like today's World War II veterans. But that's pretty cool. My dad actually remembers seeing the Confederate veterans march in the Old Soldiers Reunion Parade in Newton. So anyway, this is the Confederate Veterans Memorial in Caldwell County. Now let's see if we can find the rest of the memorials. And this is just a cool bench. Check this out. Look at this. Look at that carving. It's got like a lion's head on it. And here's a little water fountain. I wonder if it still works. I wonder what year this was built. There's no button to push it. But that's pretty flippin' cool. And here's the same thing I just saw at the Burke County Courthouse. And by the way, if you're into preserving the statues, you're into history, check out my videos. I don't know how to link them yet. I'm new at YouTubing, so I still got to learn how to do that. But check out my videos. Catawba County War Memorials, Lincoln County War Memorials, Iredell County War Memorials, and Burke County War Memorials, which I just shot today. And thank you very much. And this is the Bill of Rights. Burke County has something very similar to this. United States Constitution. That's what all of our laws and our rights are based on. Thank God for James Madison, the father of the Constitution. The Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776. We just celebrated that. The 244th birthday of America, Saturday. And isn't it ironic? The author of this, President Thomas Jefferson, and founding father and second president, John Adams, both died on America's 50th birthday, July 4th, 1826. And then people say there's not a God. I mean, that's divine providence if I've ever heard of it. Let's see, we got Caldwell County Courthouse. It doesn't say what year it was built. Oh, right here it is, 1928. Not quite as old as like Burke County, where I was just at, was built in 1835. Catawba County's current courthouse is built in 1924. So I don't know. Yeah, okay, here's the new one. And check out, they built the new courthouse to look like the old one. You can tell it's an addition, but I mean, I guess it is. This whole thing could have been built in 1928, but I kind of doubt it. To me, this looks like a modern addition, but they kept it true to the original look. And over there's First Baptist Church, very beautiful building. Very nice architecture. I'm looking to find the rest of the memorials, like the World War II and World War I memorials. I couldn't find them at Burke County either. But here is a peace officer memorial for those who have the law enforcement in Catawba County who's lost their lives. David Crawford Farthing, June 22nd, 1954. Howard Chadwick Sullivan, September 7th, 1955. Frank William Watson, April 6, 1969. Leonard Calvin Goebel, June 2nd, 1934. And Adam William Klutz, September 19th, 2008. But like in Burke County, I can't find the World War II and World War I memorials. I can't imagine that these counties didn't put up memorials to the war dead and all their war dead. But anyway, let me look around the other side real quick. Y'all can go with me if you want to. If not, then I'll see you in the next video. It always pays to walk all the way around the courthouse if you're looking for memorials, right? Because a lot of times they don't have room to put them all on one side. Like in Catawba County, the Civil War Memorial, well, the memorial to the war dead from the Civil War on up to now is on one corner of the courthouse, and like the Confederate Memorial and Howitzer Cannon, I think it's a howitzer, is on the other side of the courthouse. This is just something in special recognition of the Caldwell County socialist public indoctrination system that's running our country. President Trump is right, y'all. And look, I've got my sister, she's a Christian teacher, and I know there are a lot of great teachers out there, but the lion's share of them are far left progressive liberals who are teaching our children to hate America, and especially our college professors, of which one my cousin is one. I love him as a person, but I couldn't be more ashamed of what he's doing for a living. Walk around this side of the courthouse and see if I can find any more war memorials. I don't know why Burke County and Caldwell County don't have memorials to the war dead. I'm trying to do videos for all the war memorials because these idiots tearing down memorials, they obviously don't know history, because they've torn down memorials to Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, who, Abraham Lincoln died to free the slaves. Ulysses S. Grant led the Union troops to free the slaves. They've torn down memorials to George Washington, Francis Scott Key, the author of the Star-Spangled Banner. They've torn down memorials to Columbus. These men weren't perfect. None of us are. We're all sinners in need of a Savior. But, it's crazy that these kids, they're tearing down memorials and they don't even know what the memorials are for. Shows how bad our socialist indoctrination system is. Campus Reform just did an interview. I want to post it. I hadn't found it yet, but Rush Limbaugh was talking about it today. Campus Reform did an interview of college students, right? These are our future leaders, college students. How these libtards made it into college, I'll never understand. Because listen, these college students, Campus Reform asked him the basics about the Declaration of Independence and July 4th and why we celebrate July 4th. And these college students most of them could not tell Campus Reform why we celebrate July 4th. Now, they shouldn't have never made it into college. They should have never graduated high school if they don't know that. But yet these college students could not say why we celebrate July 4th, and they could, and some of them said, get this now, some of them said America gained independence in the 20th century, last century, when I was born. God help us. God help us with such ignorance. Our country has been dumbed down on purpose because you don't know your rights, you don't know your history, you can have it all taken away from you. Look at this beautiful crepe myrtle in bloom here. But anyway, Myrtle Beach is named after this beautiful tree, flower, shrub, the crepe myrtle. Anyway, I'm chasing a rabbit into horticulture now. Speaking of that, look at these beautiful roses up here. Mama like the roses. My mama sure does like the roses. Mama, these are for you. But anyway, yeah, this is the Caldwell County, North Carolina Civil War Memorial. Peace out, y'all. I will see you in Taylorsville. Alexander County, North Carolina is next.